Over the past couple of years, storage has become a primary concern for security execs and their integrators. More cameras, higher resolution cameras, longer retention periods have all driven an exploding need for storage, making storage, in many cases, the dominant cost factor in a video surveillance installation, which means we've had to come up with ways to combat that exploding expense. Essentially, you've got the amount of storage that you require for a particular retention time. One of the ways that the industry has come up with to combat this exploding storage problem is a technique known as record on motion. If there's no motion, don't record video of empty parking lots or offices. If you've only got motion half the time, save half the storage by only recording half the video. It essentially makes sense. I'm recording video for a period of time. I have no motion, I stop recording. As time elapses, when I see more motion, I start recording again. Motion stops, I stop recording. Time passes, I see more motion, I start recording again. Again and again and again, and so on. This makes sense. Half the motion, half the storage, saves half the dollars. But what about the risk that it incurs? You see, because you've got gaps in visibility for the time of no motion. You've got a video timeline, 9:01:01, 9:01:02, 9:01:03, and then it jumps to 11:01:01, 11:01:02, 11:01:03, and then it jumps again. These are periods of risk. Someone comes in and says, I slipped and fell in your lobby at 10 o'clock last night. No, you didn't. I don't have video of it. Well, if that person has an affidavit from the person that was with him, he's got strong evidence. You have nothing to combat that. So, although you're saving half your storage, you might be more than doubling your risk. The question is there a smarter way to combat this exploding storage problem? Instead of record on motion, there's a new technique which has entered the industry. That's motion optimized recording. Same type of principle. There's motion, you record at a certain recording profile, a certain quality and frame rate. When you see no motion, drop down, but not all the way. Increase the compression so the storage footprint is much smaller. Maybe go from 10 frames per second to 1 frame per second, but still continue recording and have footage. So you got visibility. When you see motion, take the recording profile back up to a high level of quality, minimal compression at a higher frame rate. As no motion occurs, drop back down to highly compressed 1 frame per second, etc., etc. Let's look at the impact of this. We've saved almost all the storage from a non-motion period of time, yet you've got a timeline that is unbroken. 9:01:01, 9:01:02, 9:01:03, 9:01:04, 9:01:05, 9:01:06, etc., etc. You've got video of every second, of every minute, of every hour, of every day. Your risk has been mitigated. Someone comes in and says, I slipped and fell in the lobby last Tuesday night. You say, let's check the video. It may not be as clear. The flow might not be as good at 1 frame per second as at 10 frames per second. Yet you know without a shadow of a doubt, since you have time-stamped video, that no one walked into that lobby. You've got complete protection 100% of the time, yet you've saved virtually all of the storage space. Motion optimized recording. Today's technology answer to an emerging problem of needing too much storage without creating gaps in visibility.